Chris Jackson.
Chris Jackson and the Night Show on Z102.9.
All right.
90820. You can keep the texts coming in, but halt to the phone lines here for a little bit. Because hopefully, I think we do got somebody great on the phone right now. The lead guitar player for Papa Roach, Jerry Horton. Hello?
Chris.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for taking time off the road tonight to call into the night show. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, man. Well, let's get right into it. We're talking about the Monsters of Annihilation tour. It's actually going to be coming to the iWireless Center in the Quad Cities this Thursday. Papa Roach along with Skillets. Let's talk about the tour so far. How have things been going?
It's been great. Like, you know, we've had just a few shows with the full package, and everybody is loving it from beginning to end, you know.
Hey, Jerry, you still there? We're losing you.
I'm here. We're in Clifton Park, New York, so our service isn't the best.
Oh, right. Always the nation's fastest 3G network, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, are you one of those guys that actually prefers, being on the road? Do you prefer touring as opposed to being in the studio and recording?
It's a little bit of, I would say it's probably half and half, you know. We really like the creation of, the creative process and actually coming out with something that we're proud of, but we also like getting in front of people and actually making the connection. So I'd say it's pretty much half and half. Now,
currently on the tour, you're with Skillet. Trap's making appearances at some of the shows, too. Now, in the past, you've also been an opener for big acts. I mean, you've done Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Nickelback. Do you prefer, opening for some of the bigger classic bands and some of the bigger arenas, or do you prefer actually being the headliner on some of these smaller venues?
I would say, it's cool to play, for new fans, but having our own fans at the show is just, that's really what it's about, It's not that we don't have anything to prove at our shows, but,
right.
The energy is so much better at our shows, you know what I mean?
Sure. And you guys are now a headlining band, so. Saw you were in Cedar Rapids, Iowa last December with Shinedown. I went to that concert. It was a great show. You and Shinedown put on an amazing show. Is there a certain band that you like touring with more than others?
I think, I don't know. We haven't really had a bad experience with any bands, I did really like the tour that we did with Avenged Sevenfold and Buck Cherry.
Right.
That was a fun tour for us. But yeah, this tour's been great so far, and I'd like to tour with Avenged Sevenfold again. I think they're really, really great guys, and that's just a monster show. So
absolutely, that tour. You guys were on tour for quite a while together, and they had a big response too. Now, as far as the fans go, they really don't have any idea of what the behind-the-scenes life is for Papa Roach on the road. Is it kind of rough at times? Always going city to city, doing shows on Little Sleep, because you guys tour quite a bit. Is it pretty rough for you at times?
It can be, yeah. There's a lot of things that we have to do or that we do that people don't really know about. I'm sure a lot of people think that we just kind of wake up whenever we feel like it and work for an hour and then that's it. It's just
right.
A rest party, but we do travel a lot. Even when we're not touring in the States, there's a big world out there. So we're not just taking a break. We're going to other places, and by no means is it would I change anything. I get to do what I love for a living and get paid for it. And
absolutely.
I don't have to wake up and go to a job I don't really want to go to. So it is tough, but it's not. It's good work. It's fun work. So it kind of balances out a little bit.
Now, there's also, obviously a lot of fun being on the road and being with your bandmates and stuff like that. What's, for some of our fans, what's one of the craziest things that's happened on a Papa Roach tour?
Well, I'm trying to think of what I can actually talk about.
Right.
Well, there was one time we played in, it was Ozfest 2002 in New Jersey, and it was at the amphitheater. I can't remember the name of it. We were playing, and Jacoby, somebody threw a piece of grass from the lawn way in the back.
Right.
And it hit him, and he said, "F it, throw the lawn." So everybody picked up a piece of sod and threw it, and I had grass and dirt in my cabinets for probably 2 or 3 years. and people were getting hit in the back of the head with sprinklers and mud and dirt. And Jacoby almost got arrested, and we ended up having to replace the lawn, and I think it was probably $15,000 or something.
My God.
Yeah, he almost got arrested for inciting a riot. So
wow.
We don't do that. We don't do that anymore.
Right, especially a $15,000 bill for the lawn. That's got to be like one of those classic moments like at Woodstock with the 9 Inch Nails mud fight,
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more of Jerry Horton and Papa Roach right here on Z102.9. Papa Roach on Z102.9. Hits happen this Thursday. Wireless Center. They will be in concert as part of the Monsters of Annihilation tour. And right now, having a little fun and talking back with Jerry from Papa Roach. And this is a story actually I've read about twice in the last week that I kind of wanted to ask you about. Is that Geffen Records is actually dropping a Papa Roach Greatest Hits album. And you guys, this is actually against your will. You guys actually asked the fans to boycott this, the best of Papa Roach, this Greatest Hits album. Can you talk about that at all?
Yeah, when we went in to record Time for Annihilation, we kind of learned through the grapevine that they were going to do the greatest hits, and we were bummed about it because we knew that we'd be doing all this work to promote our album, and they were just going to come in put their record out right underneath our record and use all the single and all the work that we'd be doing just to try and make a few extra bucks for the last time off of Papa Roach. And that was part of it. And then the other part of it was that they were just, creating confusion with our fans, because they said, oh, they're putting a new greatest hits. Well, it wasn't us doing it. Right. It was Geffen, and they weren't really even putting anything new on there. It was just everything that everybody already had. So, and ours obviously has 5 new songs, and it's a live version of the songs, and it's obviously very different. So, at first we just said, we'll just bite the bullet and let them have their last thing. But then, we thought about it, and we just felt like, to a certain degree, that our fans were they were being deceived and taken advantage of, and we didn't really want that to happen. So. Well,
that's something that, the fans, they don't really see, the inner workings of the recording business and how scandalous it really can be. And people kind of forget that this is your job, and what you do for a living, you got to get paid for. So when there's, product out there being sold that you guys aren't seeing anything for, it's kind of important for the fans to know that as well.
Yeah, I mean, there are many sides to the music business, and, unfortunately, the business side is a big part of it. And, it's a lot of it people wouldn't really understand unless they were actually in it. And so, we just try not to really even talk about the business side of it because people just don't, they don't get it or they don't want to understand it. So, and it's something that we learned from something David Bowie said was that I had to become a better businessman to be a better artist. So that's, the part of it that we're working on right now.
Let's talk about your latest album, Time for Annihilation. Now you got it's mostly a live album, right?
It's 9 live songs and 5 new songs.
Okay.
Just gonna say, originally we had just planned to do a couple of new songs because originally it was just going to be a live record plus a couple of songs, but we figured, why not just do an EP? We didn't want to take the amount of time that it takes to make a full record. So we just said, all right, let's just do the best 5 songs that we can, get them out. We've gotten a great response. Everybody loves all the songs. They only wish there were more songs. So. All
right. So are you going to be hopping in the studio anytime soon, maybe in 2011, to put out some new material, or are you taking a break for a while?
It'll probably be maybe towards the fall of next year because we're doing this tour, and then we're going to Europe, and then next year we'll probably hit, South America and some other territories that we haven't been to in a long time. So it might be a little bit, but we're going to be riding on the road so it won't take us quite as long between records.
Talking about, of course, your show this Thursday, it's going to be the iWireless Center in the Quad Cities, Moline, Illinois. Papa Roach, along with Skillet and Trapped. What can all the fans expect from this show?
It's gonna be a great show. Skillet has, they have a lot of production. They got a lot of facets to their show. We have, good production. We got video, stuff up, and which is the first time we've ever had that, which it really adds another dimension to the show. And we're playing by that point we may even be playing all 5 new songs. So anybody that has the record and knows the songs, you'll get to see them live. It's going to be a kick-ass rock show. All the bands have been getting good responses. There's a lot of radio singles in the show and a lot of songs that people know. And so far it's been going off great, and I think it's only going to get better.
Absolutely. From somebody who's seen you in person, I'll say you guys have a high-energy show. It's a kick-ass time. So, of course, we encourage everybody to go out to this show. Thursday at the iWireless Center. Tickets available through Ticketmaster. We'll even be giving away some free tickets here soon. Gary Horton of Papa Roach, I thank you very much for talking in with us today.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, you have a good time on the road, man.
Thanks. See you then.